Hey, what's up guys? It's Hayden.
Hey, and I'm Emma. Welcome back to our channel, and welcome to our channel to all you new subscribers. We did just get a bunch of new guys come to us.
Doubled our subscribers. Actually
yeah.
had quite the influx.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We're still a very small, humble little channel, so it does mean a lot to us. You clicking that subscribe button and watching our stuff. So we really hope you were enjoying our content. We do movie reviews and reactions. Today, though, we're going to be talking about a TV show, a Netflix show. Originally a YouTube Red show.
Yes.
But Netflix has picked it up. Now, also a show that I was really not in the mood for.
I had to really talk him into this one. Like, I had to really sell it.
Really sell it. I was not keen.
Through my powers of persuasion.
Yes, he got me again. So, Cobra Kai is the show in question. And look, I freaking loved it. I did.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it? It's so good.
I'm really surprised that I loved it so much, but I am hooked. I am hooked, guys. We binged the 2 seasons that are available on Netflix. We binged them in 2 days, I think.
Yeah.
We smashed it. We were, I loved it. I really did.
Yeah, so Cobra Kai follows on from the original Karate Kid movie. So Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence are now 30-something years older. Daniel LaRusso he's got this great family. He's well off. He's running his own car dealership. And Johnny Lawrence is kind of like this deadbeat drunk living in this shitty apartment. And the great thing about this, right? The great thing about this is the dynamics between our 2 main characters. So yes, Daniel LaRusso, as we know, is the good guy in the original Karate Kid movie. Yes, he's well off. He's got his own car dealership and all that. But he can be a bit of a douche. And Johnny Lawrence, who's, just drunk and he's a deadbeat and living in this shitty apartment, he's actually trying to better himself. So he actually wants to reopen Cobra Kai and teach a new generation of students. But he wants to do it differently. He doesn't want it to be like the old Cobra Kai when it was all about, being the bullies. He wants to do it a little bit differently. And so he's really just trying to better himself. So you can really appreciate that and get behind it. But at the same time, he's still stuck in the past. And he's still kind of teaching the same lessons that he was taught as a kid. And his whole arc is about him escaping that. So I just love the dynamic of these 2 main characters. I love how they were written. I love their rivalry. That's still raging after 30-something years. It's just so good to watch.
Still living in the past.
Still living in the past, yeah.
Now, this show, I was a little bit concerned that I was going to struggle to follow it because it has been a long time since I saw The Karate Kid. Like, a long time. I think I saw it like once as a kid, like a really, really little kid. So I really did not remember the storyline was other than, wax on, wax off and that thing. So, yeah, I was a little bit worried I wasn't going to be able to connect with the characters or the story, or if I was going to be able to follow it. But the show actually does a really good job of filling in those blanks, so that if you haven't seen the movie at all, or if it has been a long time since you saw it, you're covered. They've done a really good job. They do flashbacks to the movie in the right moments to give you that backstory so that you can catch up and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm with it, makes sense. So I was totally fine. I managed to follow it well. I connected with all the characters. I had no trouble at all. So I think if you haven't seen The Karate Kid, I do think you could see this show without watching the movie. I mean,
think you do get that nostalgic feeling if you were a fan of the original.
Yeah.
I think you do get that extra just
connection.
That connection with it, right? That nostalgic feeling just takes you back to that time. So I think you do get that. But yeah, absolutely. I think if you haven't seen it, I think you'll probably still enjoy this because yes, it does tell a very clear story and a new story that, it does kind of fill in what you need to know in the show itself. It doesn't rely on you to have seen the original. Yeah. And also just great character development and characters that you can relate to, and that you can follow and that you can cheer for. Yeah. Which I love. I mean, again, these are just flawed human beings, right? There's no like hero or bad guy. They're just flawed human beings. And I think you can connect with any one of these characters. And that's a really good thing because then you're going to get some people that are team Daniel LaRusso and some people that are team Johnny Lawrence, like myself, Team Johnny. Yeah, I think this show did it really well.
Yeah. And I think also, if you're not really into karate, like I'm not, although I am now, I'm redeeming myself here. I think even if you're not into karate or the whole action sports side of it, I think you can really love just watching these characters because they are very lovable characters. They do have a very cool dynamic. You know, it is a very funny rivalry that they have. And not only that, but these guys have got their own kids now. And we also follow their kids and how they relate to the karate world now too. And watch them going through school. And it's just some really nice relationships in this. And there's a lot of heart in the show.
Oh, yeah. So much heart.
A lot of heart.
Yeah, I like what you said there. There's a good family dynamic with this show. And they kind of see their kids making similar mistakes to what they did. And so they kind of are then teaching their kids to kind of do better.
Yeah.
And with William Zabka's character kind of teaching his students to be better. And I like that. And I like how the family dynamics, they do cross over in there as well. That just adds to that kind of, that tension and that rivalry, and it all kind of feeds into it. And yeah, just all that's so good. And touching on that as well with like the kids, I love how that the kids that come through Cobra Kai are actually the kids that are getting bullied. They're not the bullies, like in the original movie. William Zabka, Johnny Lawrence, he's actually teaching the kids that are getting bullied. And he actually thinks that he's doing a good thing and he's actually bettering these kids' lives, which he actually is to an extent. But he's still teaching them based on the lessons that he was taught as a kid. And so there's that interesting thing where the kids that were getting bullied are now kind of becoming the bullies. And just, again, the show is like, I think this is a show of dynamics, right?
Yeah.
And that's just another one of those dynamics that I absolutely love.
And quite funny characters too, like Johnny Lawrence.
I think most of the comedy comes from Johnny Lawrence, just because, again, he's so stuck in the past. So seeing him deal with this new world, and starting this business and having students, and they're coming in there and they're coming in with like their millennial perspective, and he's like, what?
I wasn't expecting to laugh as much as I did in this show, or cry actually. It did get me in the feels a few times as well. But no, it was very funny, and especially Johnny. It's very entertaining to see how he's still very much stuck in the 80s in a lot of way in terms of how he dresses, the music he listens to.
The same car, the same music, yeah.
But his mentality as well, and especially when it comes to women, how he picks up the hot babes.
Hot babes. He's all about the hot babes, isn't he?
It's just like, it's
I love that relationship he has with the students as well, especially like Miguel, because he's kind of estranged from his son, and I like that kind of that father-son dynamic that him and Miguel have throughout the series. And he's like teaching him, like he's giving him like his pickup tips and how to talk to women and how to pick up hot babes, and I just love all of that. Like all that is so good. It's so good.
But and then also having to see his adjustment to kids these days and their mentality. He's we've come a long way since the 80s in terms of how you speak about women. It takes
a lighthearted approach to stuff like sexism and gender, like things that are coming up quite a lot in today's day and age. And it's not a show that kind of takes those issues too seriously or tries to preach a message. It kind of brings them up in kind of this lighthearted way.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a joke of them. It brings them up in a lighthearted way. And then you got this, Johnny Lawrence, who's kind of stuck in the past, having to kind of deal with this new world and these new things. And it just, it's like a lighthearted like take on it.
And him saying comments that just don't go down well in today's generation.
But again, it's not done in a way that people will take offense to it. It's done in like this lighthearted way, and like
but the kids call him out.
Yeah, the kids call him out, and he kind of learns from it. So that's part of like his whole arc, is just how he changes as a person and how he adapts to this new era, like this new generation. I love that about his character and about his arc. Yeah,
and that is another big thing about the show is change. And also not change, people still being stuck in the past, but there is still a lot of character development and transitioning for these characters. I love Hawk, actually, his arc and his transformation. Yeah. Hawk is a character to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
But look, I think I think we'll leave it there. I think we've said what we need to say.
Yeah.
It's a really good show. Ladies, give it a chance. I know it's karate. I know it's sports and it may come across as like a boy kind of show. But I loved it. I really recommend you check it out. Everyone out there, give Cobra Kai a go. It's definitely worth your time. And I'm pretty keen to go watch Karate Kid now.
Yeah, I think we need to rewatch Karate Kid, the OG, and we need to go back and watch it. It's been a while even for me, so
looking forward to it.
So yeah, definitely check out Cobra Kai. It's worth the watch. And if you have already seen it, let us know what you thought in the comments below. Are you team Daniel LaRusso? Are you team Johnny Lawrence? What side do you fall on?
I don't know. I can't decide still. I like them both.
Team Johnny, for sure. Johnny Lawrence. Cobra Kai.
Yeah, look.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. I think that's the way the show's making you feel.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Bring you over to the Cobra Kai side.
Yeah, going from the dark side of the force. So yeah, let us know what you thought in the comments below. And do all that YouTube stuff as well. You know, slam that like button, hit the bell for the notifications to see what we've got coming up next. And please, please, please subscribe to our channel. As Anna said before, we've had a bit of an influx of people subscribe to the channel, and you know, we'd love to have more. So please come and join the Headspace Films family. We'd love to have you. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching, and we catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.